Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the Bitcoin price this Saturday as it's the start to the weekend. And as we discussed yesterday, a bearish monthly candle close and equity markets not looking too good to head into next week. But the DXY has faced major resistance. We haven't even seen a reaction yet in the equity markets with the DXY. Check this out. Doomsday for the strength of the US dollar is around the corner. It just closed below key monthly resistance. Time to work its way towards the bottom of the channel. Could we say that we are starting to see the early signs of the DXY potentially topping out? Could that even be a catalyst for Bitcoin to maybe even see its final push down below 18,000 US dollars to test the demand zone this weekend? I think all of these things are possibilities that are on the table for this weekend, which is why it's extremely important to know what's the immediate short-term support and resistance levels that we have to monitor this week. Let's dive straight into the chart, snipers, and talk about that, because it's only one day through this weekend. There's still a chance we could be seeing some volatility here for Bitcoin. And just notice how so far we've been camping below this extremely important resistance level. Our daily candle did tug onto it today, 19,417. That's the previous weekly open. That's why this is an extremely significant candle. And you can see our weekly candle is still green, even though the S&P 500 had a very bearish weekly candle. And that tells me that this Bitcoin candle can certainly transform here over the next 24 hours to close the week out. You can see the weekly candle closes in less than 24 hours. We need to be privy of the fact that there may be some downside volatility to come into this close for this week if we were to just copy what the S&P 500 has done. And a lot of people are saying maybe Bitcoin's decoupled away from the S&P 500, but we don't necessarily have a strong case to make there, because if we look at Bitcoin against the SPY, this is a custom chart, we have yet to break major resistance and we're still forming lower highs, indicating that we are maxed out with Bitcoin's strength against the S&P 500, and it's going to be tough for Bitcoin to find any more strength against the equity markets, sitting at this major resistance, only forming lower highs so far. As a matter of fact, we could consider this a descending triangle, as we talked about yesterday, for Bitcoin's strength against the S&P 500. So let's talk about what's important for Bitcoin right now. 19,417, as you guys know, is really important in the immediate short-term price action. We're starting to get 4-hour candles below this level. And so if we do see a move to the downside this weekend, 17,204 is what I'm watching. We have yet to form new yearly lows for Bitcoin. The S&P 500 has already formed new yearly lows. Could this be the weekend that we see the demand zone here get tested below 18,000? As I talked about from the start of this video, 17,204 would be my expectation. Now, for the big bears, 13,970 is a major support level, but I still do not expect this door to open just yet, because S&P 500 is still within its consolidation zone. The S&P 500 could still at any point in time make a reversal to potentially have just formed a lower low. We can't say that we've transitioned away from this area yet unless we start to see more bearish price action. And why do we have to keep our minds open to that scenario? Well, the DXY did reject this major resistance levels we've been talking about. And you can see we had 2 red daily candles for the DXY, but the S&P 500 didn't really react too well to that. You can see we had 1 green and 1 red daily candle, followed by the close with a red daily candle. So the S&P 500 has not seen that inverse correlation just yet, even though they're inversely correlated. And so could we be in store of that move coming into the open for equity markets into Sunday? I think that that's why we have to keep this potential scenario on the table where Bitcoin forms a lower low, just like the S&P 500, and it could happen this weekend, snipers. So let's look at Ethereum really quick, and then we'll move on. If Bitcoin does come down to 17,204, Ethereum can go all the way down to 909 US dollars potentially to test that support level again, to also follow that market structure. We definitely wouldn't want to see that for Ethereum, because that would also assume the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart falls below 65,000 Satoshis, which is the most important support right now for the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. So main point of this video, snipers, is to just address the fact that, number one, a big puzzle piece right now is that the DXY has hit a major market structural resistance level, which means that there could be some calmness into the next few weeks if we continue to see the DXY below this yearly high that it's just formed. And the S&P 500 as well, forming a lower low, but it hasn't moved away from its consolidation. What if we have a double bottom in place, a lower low? That's something that we have to keep our minds open to. Bitcoin has yet to follow the S&P 500 with that market structure, but that's clearly defined with the Bitcoin against SPY chart moving back up towards its resistance level, but there's just not much more room there. So Bitcoin's being squeezed into an ultimatum right now, which is why this weekend is extremely critical. Could Bitcoin potentially make this move in the next 24 hours? I think it's on the table, snipers. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm if you support these weekend updates, and let's continue to monitor the charts, the DXY and the S&P 500 giving us major puzzle pieces, and Bitcoin at an extremely important range here, 19,417, the immediate short-term resistance, and then 17,204, the immediate short-term support level. Thank you all for tuning into the channel today. Until next time, snipers.